In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Pilot Silvern Tsumugi fountain pen. I'll go over the specs, I will do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. So this is the Pilot Silvern Tsumugi fountain pen. Now this line of pens, I believe it's been branded Namiki in the past, but these are solid sterling silver pens with a very attractive inlaid gold nib. I have been using this pen for quite some time now, and I just really have been enjoying it. It's a very nice, easy to use pen. Now, the name Tsumugi refers to this silk pattern that's etched into the sterling silver body, and it's really nice. Now, this pen has a price tag of $680 retail. Now, I do believe Pilot is going to be increasing the prices soon, so I don't know how much it will be then, but $680 is the retail, and then you take basically 20% off of that for the street price, $544. Not a cheap pen, but it's a very nice pen, and this pen, in my opinion, really has no competition when you consider the combination of this really nice inlaid gold nib and the solid sterling silver body. I think it is a pretty unique offering. Now let's walk through the pen. So we do have a torpedo shape here where the pen body really does taper towards the tail, and it tapers quite a bit towards the end of the cap as well. We have a traditional Pilot ball clip, which I really like. It has this triangular shape that terminates in this really nice ball. This is one of my favorite clips. I really like this, and it's very distinctive. When you see it, you know it's a Pilot pen or Namiki pen, and it's really quite nice. Now, interestingly, if we look up a bit closer here, at the top, there isn't really a finial, but you'll notice that there's this line around the top, and I believe this top piece here is not actually sterling silver. Now, the clip is also not sterling silver, and I don't believe that the cap band is sterling silver either. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I'm almost confident that this and this part is not sterling, although it does say sterling silver on the back, so maybe I'm wrong about that. It just has a bit of a different look, and I'm not noticing it patina in the same way that what I believe to be the solid sterling silver parts are. I don't love it when pens that are like solid sterling silver don't use full sterling, as kind of a pet peeve of mine. But this is a really nice pen. It looks really cool. So I forgive it a bit. As this pen ages, I'm curious to see how those non-sterling trim pieces look. And, for a clip, not that I really use a clip, but if you're someone that uses a clip, sterling silver probably isn't the best material because it has a bit of memory to it. So like if you clip it on something, especially something thick, for a period of time, it's not going to go back to its original shape. So I do understand some functional reason for not doing that, but a lot of times when you have a sterling silver body and non-sterling silver trim pieces, it's really apparent. It's not quite as obvious on this pen, so I'm okay with it. Overall, it looks very, very nice. Now, taking the cap off, it is a snap cap, and we have these like little flat parts on this ring here, which lock into the cap. I don't know if we'll see it here. There's like some plastic pieces with some flat portions that are inside the cap here, and that just allows it to securely snap into place with a very satisfying click. And I think that really adds to the everyday functionality of this pen. Now, it posts really nicely on this, and it posts pretty far down, and for my hand, like the balance is basically perfect when this is capped. So even though this is a sterling silver cap, it is not top heavy in my hand. Now, if you have smaller hands, it might not work as well, but it fits my hand really perfectly. And because it's this hooded, or inlaid nib rather, excuse me, we have this really long, comfortable black plastic section. This is just a super comfortable pen. If we look closely at the nib here, it says 18 karat 750 because it's 18 karat gold, Pilot, and then an M for medium and some hallmarks there. And if we look at the side profile, the edge of this kind of has like a squared off portion that's kind of interesting looking, and you can see these little grooves where the nib slides into the section here. A really, really nice nib. Now I've had this nib ground to a cursive italic by Michael Masayama, so it's a really nice writer, but before it was also a really nice writer. Now in the US, currently, I believe these only come in medium and fine. I have seen them in the past with broad nibs, but I don't believe they're currently offered. The other thing about these pens is the availability of these is not very good right now because of the earthquake and fire that happened in Japan, the one that affected all those Urushi workshops, also affected the manufacture of these pens. So at the moment, there is stock on the market, but getting new stock, at least in my experience, has been very, very slow. So if you're thinking about one of these, now is probably quite a good time to buy, just because we don't know when Pilot is going to start making more of these, and Pilot is going to be increasing the price soon. Now, I really like this pen enough that I've been selling it at papermine.com. I'm currently sold out, and from talking to Pilot, they have no timing on when these are going to be replenished. So now if we take the body off here, it screws on. We have metal down here. Again, this is not going to be sterling silver. It comes with a Con 40 converter. It also comes with a sterling silver polishing cloth, which is quite nice. And it's proprietary Pilot Namiki cartridges and converters. I have not tried it with the Con 70, but I'm pretty sure it will fit this pen if you prefer that converter. Now let's do some measurements. So in terms of length, we're looking at about 144, 143 long, about 126 posted. This is a great pen for posting. About 152. Do the grip section. This is an excellent grip section because it's so long. Looking at 11.8, and then if you want to hold it closer, 10.4. You could really hold it all the way up here if you wanted, 9.3. In my hand, I like to hold it right about there. In terms of the body width, 12.9. Now let's do the weight. Uncapped, and this has a relatively full cartridge because I refilled it, 21.17, so really not too heavy, especially for a metal pen. And then 37 with the cap. Again, that's certainly not a light pen, but for an all-metal pen, 37 is really not too heavy. And again, because it posts really nicely far down, this is a very comfortable pen. You can write with this posted all day. I've had no issues with it. It's really, really nice. I'm going to be doing the writing sample on a Papermind Mitsubishi Bank paper notebook. These notebooks are excellent with fountain pens. And for Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. Is the Pilot Silvern, I think that's how you spell it, Tsumugi. And this is a M, but it's turned into a cursive italic. And this is Pilot Black ink. Try some fast writing. Flawless performance. Now, before I had this nib tuned, it was a perfect performer, just really excellent. I have absolutely no complaints about this nib. Pilot really knows what they're doing. I just wish that they did a broad in this pen, but very, very nice. Yeah, this is Michael Masayama, Mike It Works, cursive italic on a fine, and it's a very forgiving nib. It's a very forgiving grind. It works really, really nicely. Good ink flow out of this pen. Reverse writing, you really wouldn't want to do that on a cursive italic, and it looks like it wants to dry up, so no point to that. In terms of flexibility, it does actually provide some flex, so here's no pressure and here's pressure. With an inlaid nib like this, I really don't recommend pushing on it too hard, but a little bit of light pressure will yield some nice results like this. So if we go, you can get some nice variation out of that. Now, of course, there's natural variation here because it is a cursive italic. So what are my pros and cons for the Pilot Silvern Tsumugi fountain pen? Well, I have to say, I think this is maybe my current favorite modern Pilot fountain pen. It's very easy to use. I love how easy the snap cap is, and it posts really nicely and securely down onto the back of the body. It has a very good balance. We have a big grip section here, lots of room to hold on to the pen. We have a very pretty inlaid 18 karat gold nib, which is a fantastic writer. And it's just a unique pen. There really isn't any pen that I can think of that competes with this in terms of features. I think it's really excellent. I like this silk pattern that's etched into the sterling silver. It adds a really nice depth and tactile feel to the pen. This pen has fantastic haptics. I love that click mechanism. It feels really, really good. I like the look of this pen. It's just kind of an elegant, simple silver pen. It's really nice, good everyday use out of this pen. Now, in terms of cons, the biggest con, of course, is going to be the price. Retail $680, and that's going to be increasing soon. The availability of these pens is currently limited, again, because of the earthquake in Japan, so getting these can be slightly tricky. Other thing I don't necessarily like is I don't believe all the trim on this, like up at the very top of the cap and the clip and the ring here, cap ring, are sterling silver. I like to see all sterling silver on a sterling silver pen. Not the end of the world. Uncapping this pen, sometimes the section can get a little bit loose. I do find that to be slightly annoying. It doesn't happen all the time, but I have noticed that a little bit. The other con I would say is they only come in medium and fine nibs currently. I would like to see a broad nib option, again, just because I prefer to have a broad nib, especially if you want to do nib work on it. Having that extra tipping material is really, really nice. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and until next time.